find my way back to you, find my way back to you, find my way back to you, I find my way.
Right. I'm chilling with Parmveer
Yes,
Man,
ma'am.
aka 22G. Thank you so much. This is amazing. So you're coming out with your first, this is the first year in music. You're 21 years old.
Yeah.
You're a singer-songwriter. You've marked your, first project as an independent creative. That's
Yes,
dope.
ma'am.
That's dope. Now, your style of rap is known to be melodic. Is that,
Very, yeah.
that's sick. Now, and you've explored by stepping forward and exploring the melodies with this project. Now, the album starts off with high energy hip hop and smoothly by the end makes the transition to R&B and like comms.
Yes.
So it's a 7-song album. Hopeless Romantic is a blend of your two favorite genres, hip hop
And
and
R&B.
R&B. That's so sick. Coming together, blends. The beautiful melodies are over hard-hitting drums, and it's raw, passionate tale of young love and pain. Each track,
Young love.
man, right straight from the hearts, right? Each track of the project is meant to encapsulate a different vibe while also seamlessly transitioning into the next track. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing to sit down and actually
Yes,
chat to
ma'am.
you about this work. Now, your album just came out September 30th. We're days upon the date of release now.
It's exciting. It's nerve-wracking. Thank you just for the whole intro there. Oh, man. Wow. It's been a long time coming, I've been excited just to put this out and get it into the world. And yeah, it's now that I can put it out there, it's like, yes, on to the next. I don't have to keep going back to this.
The first full project. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Now, so what first got you into music?
There's a lot of things, but music is just a big part of my life. I mean, when I'm walking from school, I would have music in my headphones. When I'm working out, I have music. When I'm in the car, I'm listening to music. When I'm with my friends, we're listening to music. So it was always just something that was in my life. It was always around me. When I'm happy, I listen to music. When I'm sad, I listen to music. So it always kind of just defined what we are, what I was, my life. So I wanted to find a way to kind of use it to my advantage and see what I could pull out of it. And yeah, eventually it just became therapeutic for me. It became an outlet. So I kind of struggled with speaking my mind sometimes. Just being an introverted person, you don't want to step on people's toes or like burden them with your problems. So, I found music as an outlet to kind of go like, hey, I can say my piece here and then not have to worry about it and keep it in my head.
Amazing. Wow. No, but still, and you've had a long history with like working and also educating yourself at Nimbus. Like, do you want to tell us about your early days about?
Yeah, I started at Nimbus. I was 19 when I came here, so I was, before even Nimbus, like I was not even doing music at all. Like I was going the total opposite route. I was in criminology at Kwantlen Polytechnic University, studying to be a lawyer in criminal defense, and I made the switch because I just realized I was doing it for the wrong reasons, and I dropped out. I was just like so scared. I was like, I don't want to be stuck in a job that I won't like, what I mean, or doing something I hate. And it was scary those times. So eventually, after working through many jobs from sales to, just like even working at a dispensary, I remember the first time I was on your show, I talked about the dispensary thing, which actually got me in trouble with my mom because I had never told her I was working at a dispensary, and then she's listening to the interview and she's just like, Parm, what's this about a dispensary? When was this? I'm just like, Mom, you know how it is, man. Kids, man, we're wild, right?
Yep. The heat of the discussion, right? You just reveal some things that are on the DL.
But since then, it's really cool that my mom and I are like very open about cannabis, and she even like came up to me like a few weeks ago. She's like, Parm, look, my coworker just gave me a THC bath bomb.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
Oh my
and
God.
she is a very like anti-drug person, anti-anything. So it's like just to see her like change her mind and just be so open about it. It's awesome.
That's
it's fun.
so therapeutic too. A bath bomb.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
wow,
I was
that's
jealous.
amazing.
I was about to swipe it from her, but
exactly.
I don't have a tub. I only got a shower right now, so
shoot.
we're working on that. Don't worry. The price just went up, so you already know.
You'll
already know,
get it, right?
Yes.
Oh my
But so eventually, yeah. So all that ended up to me being like, okay, I want to do music, but I don't know anything about music besides I would always write to myself, and I've been writing raps since I was like in the 5th grade, I would say. And
word?
since then, it was kind of just a side thing. Oh yeah, here, I got another story for you.
Oh my God.
I was in the 5th grade and I was
Early
writing
years.
this rap song. I even remember it was a parody of 50 Cent, Straight to the Bank.
Oh, nice.
And it was called From Toronto, Toronto. Like even back then, I had like the sense like, yo, Toronto's gonna blow up. This little grade 5-year-old.
Whoa.
And we were in class, and like the teacher walked out, like like when the teacher leaves, and she's like gonna do whatever. So
Yeah.
the kids are just goofing
Go
off,
to
doing their
conflict, some
thing.
shit.
Exactly. I'm just writing this hard verse. I'm going. All the kids come up to me. My desk is right. The door's right there, and mine's the first one at the corner. And everyone's just crying around. I'm like, oh my god, what's Parm doing? What's Parm doing? I'm just going off, Toronto, Toronto, like.
Whoa.
And then this one kid, I always remember, Prop Joe Atwell, man. I'll remember you for the rest of my life. He comes and he grabs the sheet, and then the teacher walks in and he's like, teacher, look at this, what Parm's doing. And then it was just like, I had a bunch of curse words in there, and obviously I was at a private school at the time, and also a religious private school at that. So just seeing that, they're like, oh my god, this kid is just off the rails. Like, we need to get her.
You get railed in for that.
So they
Damn.
called my mom. They're like, your son is just doing all this profanity, and like, oh man, he's very up to no good. So we're gonna have to suspend him for a day, and like, you need to clear this up. So since then, like, my mom just got on me, hey, don't do this. Like, this is not something you're supposed to do. Go the right way in life. So then I kind of shut it out for a long time. And then eventually, I think as I got older and older and I fell in love with music again, I kind of went back to writing. And I noticed I was just journaling after a while. And I noticed when I was journaling, my words were starting to rhyme with each other. And I was like, not even on purpose. So I was like, oh shit. So maybe like, there's something to that. And then from there, it just went on to writing raps in my room and just like putting on a beat, like of a cover of like a beat or something, and just rapping to that.
Rapping over it, yeah.
And then eventually, I stumbled onto the idea of like, okay, maybe I need a mentor. I need like some help, like, cause I don't know what I'm doing, but I have an idea. So that's where I stumbled onto Nimbus. And then I just did the research. I read up on it, and, I was really happy with like the staff at the time and what they were providing. So I went through with it, and then, went there for about 8 months. I initially was intended to be there for a year, but I had to drop out. Just my mom had a car accident right when I started the school. So it was just a little bit of a tricky situation. She's all right now. She's good.
Oh, yeah.
So that led me to dropping out early from Nimbus. But at that time, I had felt like I wasn't finished with Nimbus, and I had just gotten into this music community. Like, I want to see where this can go. So luckily they were hiring, and then I just applied for a job, and I secured a job here. So I've been working since July 2019. So over a year now. And
That's
it's
amazing.
just been a learning experience seeing the students now. Like, I got to see my friends graduate. I'm going to see new kids come in and just new talent, and it's just helping them, seeing like people grow, like recording their first songs, like learning what a mic is, and just like even like what this fader does or what that knob does, like it's so cool. It's just it's an enlightening experience.
So, oh my gosh, I'm still stuck on that. Your first poem or your first rap in class, because
I know, sorry, it was a lot. I just spewed all it out at you.
I mean, like, that's dope. Like, I can't believe the teachers were mad because like having that much written, like she should have taken it.
It was more so obviously because she was very
she's stuck on the F-bombs.
Exactly, because it was an immigrant teacher. This was like a Punjabi religious school. Like, I used to have to like tie a turban like to go to the school, because there's like a temple inside the school. So they're very like about it. Like, this is all about religion, and these kids are. It's like if you went to like a church kind of school, like I forget what you call them, but like,
Roman Catholic or
exactly.
One of those
There
ones.
you go. Just the Indian version. That's all it was.
Oh,
so
wow.
they just saw that, and like same thing with my mom, right? She just think, oh, my son is swearing, my good boy, like he can't be doing these things. Exactly, right? So it was just one of those things, and then like me, I associated with, okay, this is bad. This upset my mother. Like, I can't be doing this. So I kind of just put that part. Exactly, we put that away,
man.
and then
But
hey, eventually you make it out of it,
Exactly.
Those things, they come back to the surface.
It comes back full circle, because look at you now. That's crazy. So, oh my gosh. So who inspired you to write Hopeless Romantic?
Are we talking musically or just
Shit. Yeah, like, because it sounds like there's some romantic connections.
It's there's definitely a lot of romantic connections. It's a story, I think, over my life of just the not many, I'm not trying to flex, just relationships I've been in over the years, and just like learning, what love really is, and not just the superficial stuff of just like, sex, and just like having someone to put on Instagram, like, you know what I mean? Like, actually connect. Exactly. Not a trophy wife, but you know what I mean? So more so I wanted to just build and learn. And then through Hopeless Romantic, it's kind of, you see the journey of just me kind of going through it and figuring out, okay, I don't really need these superficial things. Like, under all that, that's not what's gonna make me happy, right? Like you want true love. Like it's a little cliche, but
still it's real.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so real.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to talk about Ice Flow. How did you come up with the lyrics? Because you it's a collaboration. You've got Lou Kings on it and Dior.
And Dior,
So yeah,
it was we actually made that the same day. Remember, you called us in for the radio when we were
that
on the
was the day
phone.
working
That
on
was
it.
when we were in the studio. So yeah, we were just working on tracks. We wanted to just get something done, a gang kind of project. Just something in a while. And yeah, just Dior played the beat. And then as soon as I heard it, I was just like, oh, I got this flow. I just feel this flow. So I went in, literally, like, the order you hear us in on the songs is, like, how we record. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I went in, I laid down my verse, and then Dior's just like, yo, let me hop in there. It's, like, literally just a fight to get on the mic. Like, yo, Lou, I'm hopping in now. Like, no, I'm getting back on. Like, yeah, it's just with those boys, it's always magic. And those are my brothers. Like, I mean, I met Lou through Nimbus as well.
Okay.
Like, so it's just, like, full circle thing again. Like, yeah.
Wow, the family. Wow. Okay. Now, how do you describe the music that you typically create?
My music, like you said, it's very melodic. I just notice even like when I try to rap, like I always somehow manage to bring a melody, and it's just the type of music I listened to growing up, and just I like having a little melody, just like a little vibe to it. Just even the people like I listened to growing up, like even like when I was listening to 50 Cent the other day, like you notice like take you to the candy shop. Like even him, like there's melody in this cadence. You know what I mean? Exactly. So I've always just been attested to that. So that's definitely my style.
Okay. So do you say that 50 Cent is one of your kind of mentors? You looked up to his kind of rap style and like flow and cadence, like you're mentioning?
Yeah.
Okay.
50 Cent, Wayne, Kanye. Like I grew up in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. This takes me back. All right.
Even like Drake now, like I think is a very big product of those guys, right? Like just
and the melodic melodies, because he's making bank off of that, right?
I remember back then too, like if you listen to Kanye West or Drake, like you were a soft rap, like this isn't the stuff you're supposed to be. This isn't real rap, man.
hard.
This is exactly. And now you look at it, this is like covering our charts. Like it's just how times have changed. Yeah,
exactly. I'm curious too. Like, are you listening to Nav? Like he's
okay,
because he just came out the new album.
I love Big Nav. Yeah, Nav
nice.
Since like myself, even before that, he had I think like an intro to Nav, like some tape like with like Fell Off and like Fell in Love. Like he's got some good songs. Like he's a great guy.
Yeah. No, his style.
He's been a big influence. I love his style. And just like to see another brown person in the space, like it's very...
And Canadian, right?
Canadian too. Exactly. It just checks all the boxes for me. And it's just like, you know what I mean? It's very inspiring. It's like, hell yeah. Like one of my brothers is up here doing it. I can do it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see the similarities. Like,
no, of course. I love like just the whole EXO sound. I'm a big Weekend fan, like R&B, like just the whole
Party Next Door
EXO, Party Next Door, you know, exactly. Just I love that whole sound.
Wow. Holy. Yeah. Yep. Oh my gosh, checking off the boxes as we go along. Now, what is your creative process like?
Usually like so it starts with the beat. So like as soon as someone's playing the beat, I'll just sit there looking like a weirdo, just like mumbling to myself. But what I'm doing is usually like just trying to find a melody, a cadence that will fit that beat, kind of the flow, the cadence. So everyone's careful.
Cadence.
Exactly, just the flow, just so. Somewhere a pocket that I can sit in. And then once I'm in there, that's when I'll put the words to it. And then I'll just write. And then depending on what the song needs, like, hey, we need a love song. Okay, that's my bag. I got it. Love song. Here we go. Like,
you got it.
And then that's all it is. And then hop on the mic. But now I'm trying to, this is because of Dior. This is his influence. Just, I watch Dior go into a mic. He doesn't write anything down, so everything is freestyle with this guy. It's like, and just watching that, I'm like, okay, I need to get on that. Like, so now with especially coming as more of the R&B songs, I've just been hopping on the mic and just doing what comes to mind.
Okay,
yeah,
kind of Lil Wayne style.
Lil Wayne,
in the studio,
Jay-Z,
not writing anything down.
Man, we're just gonna do this one take.
Yeah, let's go. Oh my God, that's amazing. Now, who would you like to collaborate with?
Ooh, that's a good question. Definitely some of the R&B guys, like Party Next Door you mentioned. Yeah, like Bryson Tiller. Like even like the females out there, Janae Aiko, Summer Walker, really like, So definitely more on the R&B side right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's some big names coming out. Like, I can't even believe it. Like I was just listening to Big Sean's album.
I love Detroit too. So good. Yeah. It's good to have him back out here too, you know, because he did go quiet for a bit. But I respect it. Everyone needs their time to kind of get their mental health in check and stuff
Real.
too. And like I was watching his interview with Joe Budden.
Oh, dope.
And like he was just talking about like some crazy stuff, like walking around the house with a gun. Like,
shit,
yeah, man, you maybe need like some time to yourself, brother. Like, yeah, you know, you take your time.
You need that, yeah. And I think Kyle too came out with a new album too. Like,
shout out to Kyle, man.
Like,
yeah,
all the voices. I'm just listening.
Even Bryson Tiller, just speaking, he just relaunched his first album and he got a weekend feature on there. Fire. Yeah, I was like the Bryson Tiller weekend, like that's a great collab.
Amazing. Holy shit, they're keeping it rolling, like even through COVID.
Even this one's a little controversial too, but Tory Lanez just dropped. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, shit. I just saw it before it came in.
He's going at Meg, and it's just like, fair enough, you're allowed to say your piece, like do that, but it's like, you know,
she's hurt still.
Exactly.
Well, you're not.
It's like you don't need to step on someone and like, you know, dehumanize them or like, you know, just to get your point across. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Take it to music.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, it's good promo. I can't lie. Like, it's in my face. Like, everywhere I go, I see it. So, like, they know what they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll just wait for Megan Thee Stallion's reply.
Exactly. It's a back and forth tennis match at this point. Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. Oh my God. Now, if you could go to open a show for any artist, who would that be?
Ooh, that's a good one. Future.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
I'm a big Future fan too, and I just love like that Dirty Sprite era Future. And I just think, because when I'm doing a show too, because once we get to, I always want it to be like fans that like our sounds can mix, right? Because you don't want a situation where it's like Blink 182 and then Lil Wayne is opening up, right? Like, you know what I mean? And then like the fans aren't showing up to the stadium. Like you always want the fans to kind of mesh and grow from there. Yeah. So something like,
that's nice. That's beautiful, actually. Oh shit. Well, tell us about Call My Phone, the track off of Hopeless Romantic, please, with Luke Kings.
Luke Kings, again, that was also that same day we killed that too. We got, so Luke came and just dropped the hook on that. And then I was just like, you know what? I think I got a verse for this. So that one I sat down and I wrote, and I was just like, I got a little story, you know, about, and it fits the vibe of the album, you know what I mean? So like, we banged that out in like 2 hours. But the one thing with that one is just the mixing. I kept going back to that. Just like, that's one thing is like, I'm a very perfectionist when it comes to like mixing and my engineering. Like when it comes to like loose vocals, I was done in like 30 minutes. And then when it came to mine, I was just sitting there for like 4 hours, like, I don't know. And then like Lou just walks by like, yo, this is great. Like, what are you talking about? I'm just like, nah, I don't know, man.
It's pretty perfect.
Yeah. It's just like, so that's one thing I was struggling with. But oh man, it was great to make that. And I just love it's a more like orchestral vibe on some like trap drums. So like, we know it gives it a more cinematic feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a good transition. Sorry to cut you off. Into Justification too.
That's beautiful. No, I was gonna just say, like, we barely touched on what you did at Nimbus, because like, so you worked and you're also like, what is your role at Nimbus?
So I'm mostly like a tech, and like, so I just help out the students overnight. So they're booking studios, so like helping them set up their mics and recording, especially the newer ones that are first getting their experience here. And then I'm just helping like with the studio stuff, is like, you know, we're setting up new gear or just like maintenance. So I'm kind of like an overpaid janitor kind of, but for the consoles. Yeah.
Well, still, you're working. Yeah, you're working with equipment. It's
I know that's the greatest part too. And they're very kind with letting me like use a space like we are now. Nice. So like it helps out for my creative things. Yeah. So it's a good balance. And seeing the students is like one of my favorite things too. I've come to become like friends with them, and like a lot of them like stay in contact with me. So it's like, it's nice too when they come like after school, like, yo, Parm, check out this song I just did, like, you know. Shit. So it's nice. Like, I love like just being here.
Really? Yeah. And are you working on any projects with some of the students?
I've definitely I've engineered, like some of them have helped on this project as well. And I'm now that this album is done, because I didn't want it to go too far away from the family, and because I wanted it to be a little 4-1, but also a little bit of myself, because I feel like I've been dropping music, but people don't know Parm or 22G, the artist. Bai G, I should say. The official name is Bai G.
Oh, Bai G.
Exactly. Okay. It's an Indian thing, so people wouldn't get it, but it just means like bro. It's like slang.
Yeah,
kinda.
No, I love it.
22, I love 22 too. Everyone comes. Thank you. I appreciate that. So
Embrace.
Yes. Yeah. So we just wanted to do that, but I'm definitely excited. A lot of them have been hitting me up, and like now that this album is done, just to explore my sound and see what I can really do, because I just wanted to. I got I wanted to get comfortable with like my style and my song and just build some confidence, you know, because just like you said, I've only been doing this officially for like not even a year yet. November will be a year.
Okay,
so
the
we're
countdown's
like
on.
10 months, 11 months now.
Wow.
So yeah.
Is there a celebration going to happen for the 1 year in the music industry?
I think hope so. You know, obviously with
Okay.
COVID and everything,
Right.
but yeah, right now I'm just like focusing on like getting a new place, like just
Oh, shit.
just everything going on, COVID and everything. Like
I
I've
feel
been
that.
up in the Capitol Hill area, you know, but I
Okay.
think because I got a place specifically just to work on that album. So up in the hill, like you've been by 401, yeah.
Yeah.
I live just like on the other side of the hill.
Oh, nice.
And it's just
It's
like
beautiful up there.
Exactly.
But
I
you want
know.
to get into downtown? Is that the thing? Is that the vibe?
Maybe downtown or even
Oh.
just out of the city.
Okay.
You know, at this
Okay.
point, I'm not picky about the city anymore. I
Nice.
have a car. It's like I
Yeah,
don't
you can
need-
get anywhere.
Exactly. So I don't mind going out too. And now it's like, thanks to Nimbus, I've kind of learned everything I need to here. Now I want to build my own studio
There
and get
you
my
go.
own space. You know what I
Amazing.
mean? So that's definitely the next step.
Okay, yeah. So you
Yeah.
need a space where you can like build that.
Exactly, and I don't have to worry about being too loud because you just look around here, everything's so packed
Yeah,
back
in
together,
Vancouver,
right?
it's
Like,
not.
You know what I mean? Like I need a little space and just
Yeah.
just
Where people
breathing
won't
room.
cry. Yeah, I know. No, I've got that problem. My son, like, I gave him speakers and
Yes.
he was thumping it all day, and like we've already had so many noise complaints, like especially
Yeah,
because we're at home now, right? So
Everyone's
yeah,
home, yeah.
everybody's crying. Like it's like, okay, it's music and it's in the daytime, so I don't understand what you're mad about, really.
Exactly.
But
It's
I
more
feel
so,
you.
I don't like that his
Yeah.
music is what he's playing.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's, oh man. So I feel you on getting a place where you can just make the noise you need and get through it.
So yeah. So once I have that secured, let's
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
that.
Let's
do a
get
little-
into
little
it.
Party.
Hey,
Yeah,
okay.
love that.
Celebration time
Hell
for the
yes,
1 year.
of
All right,
course.
November. I'm gonna mark it on my calendar.
Okay, my birthday is also November, so
Oh,
maybe we'll
shit.
just mix
Coincides.
it all in one. Yeah,
Oh,
there you
amazing.
go.
Wow.
22. I'll officially be 22.
Wow, 22
Turns
G.
22. Yes, my 22
Wow.
year.
Oh,
We might just have to drop another one.
Well,
22.
yeah, make a
man.
song about it.
Yeah, don't worry. There's more after Hopeless Romantic 2
Fire.
coming. We are not letting the foot off the gas
No,
for sure.
no, that's fire. That's fire.
Mm-hmm.
Inspiration for that. Holy. Now, what is one message you would give to your fans?
Damn, well, kind of stick to COVID. Just
Oh,
like
shit.
stay positive. Like you know what I mean.
Right?
Like it's been like since April. Like
Mm.
everyone's like, remember we were freaking out like the world's ending. Like oh my gosh. And now we've kind of been 6-7 months into it,
Mm-hmm.
and things have calmed down. Obviously everything's not perfect, but it's
Right.
like I feel like if everyone just kind of keeps their head up and like we'll get through this.
Mm-hmm.
And like times are tough right now. Like we see mental health rates are going up. Like
Mm-hmm.
suicides and everything. So like you know what I mean, drug abuse
Oh,
and
right.
stuff.
Overdoses.
Like
Yikes.
we've had a record high in
Yeah.
overdoses in Vancouver
Yeah.
here. It's insane. Like just seeing the homeless people too. Like just yesterday, like I was at the studio and like homeless people are trying to break into the studio. Like you know what I mean? Like they're getting really desperate. Like,
Okay. Yeah, it's just,
more-
the government aid is not helping
yeah,
out
so-
at all.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
man.
it sucks that like it's not the safest time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just you gotta remember just like I said, keep your head up, stay positive. We'll
Exactly.
get through this.
Good luck. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you feel the COVID has impacted the music business right now? That's kind of the same question.
Look at like us like now even like we've had to resort to like new ways of sitting
Right.
down and recording like even shows like Array and I were just talking about shows like that's a whole other question now
Yeah.
like with the release we're not going to be able to do that for a long time
Exactly.
and like interactions with the fans so it's a lot more online and digital presence so that's
gosh.
like the biggest thing I think COVID's really done and you know like it's always our industry gets hit first and is going to be the last to recover like you know what I mean because
Yeah.
it's entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where people have to gather, right?
exactly.
Oh, damn. Oh, man. Now, so which famous musician do you admire? Well, I think we touched on it a
We've-
little
yeah,
bit.
we touched about a couple.
But like, do you have one that is in the playlist right now that you know?
Pac would always be
Oh,
like
shit.
just a
Okay.
inspiration just because like beyond music like his message was so strong like you know what I mean Michael Jackson too like yeah if
Yeah, the real R&B king.
exactly they got the
Fire.
rap king and R&B I know a lot of the Biggie fans are gonna get mad at me but I'm sorry
Yeah.
West Coast we got to stick to
Oh,
Tupac.
exactly.
I'm
Holy shit.
a loyal guy.
I feel that. I feel
Yes.
that. Good luck. Good luck. Holy shit. Now, what's your best advice you've ever been given?
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. But I'd have to say probably for my mom just is,
Okay.
and like just kind of stick to things like, you know, even if you don't see the result right away, like if you really believe in something, just put the work in. As long as you put your all into it, like it'll come to fruition. Like I look at 2 years ago, like I didn't know what I was doing. Like when I decided to go to music school, like imagine like telling your friends, "Hey guys, I'm going to music school. Like I'm going to be a rapper." Like I remember having that conversation with my mom, like especially going from lawyer to like a rapper, like you know what I mean. And she was very heartbroken, but at the same time, she's like, I get it. She's like, I don't want to force you into something that you don't want to do. But she didn't get it like at the start. But until like I did the interview with you the first time, that's like when it really clicked in her head. Like, okay, he's really serious about this, and like I see what he's dedicating. So like, yeah, stick to it. Okay.
You know what? Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. Let's do it. We are back.
Yes, we're back at it again now.
Another one.
Oh yeah, I think we talked about what's the famous musician that you admire the most?
I think we were talking about Tupac.
Okay,
yeah,
so
like,
yeah, Tupac. Okay,
I love
okay.
Tupac, man. He's just
Bring him
been
back.
such an influence, you know what I mean, musically and just like politically and just what he stood for. Like,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just with police rights and just like for the black people. Like,
Oh man, did you ever check out the documentary they did on the life and times of Biggie and Tupac?
Oh yeah,
The
I
recent
did.
Thing? Okay,
Yes,
cool,
yes,
cool,
yes,
cool.
I did, and I even checked out the show. There's like a Netflix
sick.
show that's really good, and the Tupac movie was really good as well. I like that.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah, they did their best. It's
Yeah.
still speculation on how he died,
Of course,
right?
yeah, but I mean, it's entertaining too, yeah. But obviously, you know, it's just nice to like have these stories to talk about, right?
Exactly.
Like, you know,
It's so sad the way that he died too. Like I think that I had this conversation the other night. Like now people are realizing beef is just bullshit.
yeah.
You
Honestly,
know, like
it's just misunderstanding
Yeah,
communication. That's all it
exactly.
is, and especially back then, they didn't have phones or
Right.
anything to like,
Or, like,
clear things
yeah,
up, right?
social
so it's
media,
like
yeah.
you say one thing on the radio, and like you don't see this guy for months, and then you're in a different.
still
city.
mad. Yeah.
Exactly, and the other guy's just like chilling, like what? You know what I mean? So like, yeah, all these things can be avoided. It's just like communication, talk to people.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And I'll be honest, I struggle with that too. So it's
shit.
like something I'm working on too.
Okay,
Like,
cool. Yeah. No, it's hard work, but I feel like since the Tupac Biggie beef, like people are learning how to squash their beef a little
Exactly,
faster.
like,
Although there is the Tekashi 6ix9ine bullshit, but still,
I mean, there was
he's a troll.
Drake and Meek Mill too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like I think people are realizing like beef does get the attention, so you see a lot of I think notice fake beefs,
Right.
like you know for like I'll say this and then you come back with this,
Exactly.
and then you know we'll send them to this song after, like you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah, make millions off this.
Exactly. So it's
crazy.
just like it kind of ruins the culture a bit, but also like yeah, I get it, I understand.
Yeah, no, Tupac was a poet. He's amazing. Yeah.
Shout out
so
to
rest
Tupac.
in peace.
Yeah, hit
Oh
him
man.
up. Poetry.
Right? Hey. Like you too. So you got some similarities,
Hell
right?
yeah,
Writing
of
the poetry
course.
down.
Yeah, I
That's
love
what's up.
poetry. Just
Amazing.
like getting into like even like haikus and stuff, like
crazy.
you know, just like
Word.
metaphor, simile, these things. It's just it was fun. That was like the one part of school I loved. Like you know what I mean. I was just like I hated like, essay writing, but then when we got to poetry, I was like, I'm with this. Like yeah, let's go.
Exactly.
This will be a fun month.
Holy shit! Oh, I kind of touched on social media now. Do you delete old posts or do you keep everything up?
I don't delete. I archive.
Oh,
So
there you
that's
go.
another feature they
Okay.
added. So like they're still
Nice.
there. Like I'll archive them. I just like the whole being a minimalist kind of thing. So it's
Nice.
like I don't want to keep things there forever.
Right.
So it's just like fresh. Re-update
Yeah.
the page. You know, give it a new look.
There you go.
But you know, Instagram doesn't like that. They want you to always have like everything there all the
Exactly.
time. Like post every 10 seconds.
Oh God! Yeah, story.
I know it's crazy.
Man.
But yeah. So
Social
I
media.
archive, not delete.
Oh, okay. Okay. Dope. Now, do you find yourself developing habits on posting like what lately?
I'm trying to like I took a big break like
Oh.
this summer a little bit, like towards July, August a little bit, just to kind of get off of the social media because I felt like I got to the point where I was literally like I would wake up and the first thing I'd do was go to Instagram, you know what I mean? And like I'll just check my phone, like, you know, before I even brush my teeth, drink
Yeah.
water.
Oh
Like,
my
you know what I
God.
mean? Like it was that addicting and I was in that
geez.
loop. So like I really wanted to detox and I just found like I was getting too focused on like other stuff and like other people's like music. It's like when I
right.
need to be focused on my own thing. I'm getting
Exactly.
distracted.
Yeah.
So
it's too much.
yeah, now I find like I'll post my things and then like I remember to like keep my distance, but like it's also it's a job for us, right? Like
It
that's the
is.
thing with us. It's like I can't
stay
just
up.
walk away from it because it's part of my job. Like I have to socialize and I have to keep my fans updated
Right.
and let them know I'm not falling
Engaged,
off the
right?
first
Right.
the face of the earth, right?
Yeah,
Like
right.
so yeah,
That's so
it's a bit of a compromise, but yeah, I'm finding like I'm trying to maybe like a bit more like yeah, maybe once a week, twice a week, like yeah.
Okay,
Definitely,
nice.
I'm trying to find something that works for me.
That's a good balance. Wow. And now, also, so Justification, we made mention of it, but I really want to dive deep into
OG,
it. Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Well, you actually featured this on Urban Renewal Project, like
That was a
way
premiere.
back. So yeah,
That was an Urban Renewal premiere right
Thank
there.
you.
Yes, and it's remastered now on this album just because that was my first release too. So like the mix on that was a little quieter, so now it's been redone and it's gonna
nice.
sound even juicier.
Wow.
Even the vocals gonna be even cleaner. Like, you're gonna love it. And yeah, it's just I love that song with all my heart. Like it's still like my biggest song to this date. Like I look at the numbers, people love it. Like especially in like the Philippines. That's one
Holy
thing.
shit.
The Philippines. A shout out to y'all out there. Like they love
what's up.
Justification. Yeah, like it's just a good song. It was, I wrote it about a breakup a little bit. Just like a girl had broken my heart. So 22 did what he knows best. Vent about it on a song.
Oh, there we go.
Cry his heart out.
Oh,
yeah. And
okay.
then I was like, oh wait, I felt great after doing this. This felt good. And then like, you know what I mean? Like even the person I wrote about it after, they were like, oh, that was actually nice. I like what you did there. I was like, all right, sweet. Maybe I should do this more often.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow, and the feature with Lou Kings too.
Lou
That's
Kings,
nice.
that was the
Okay.
first song we worked on together,
Oh,
like
sick.
officially. Like me and him had always done stuff like working at Nimbus. Like Lou has just helped me gain my flow and my confidence, like just so much at Nimbus. But we never like worked on a song. Like we had like projects here and there, but I wouldn't put them out into the world. Like you know what I mean. But
Okay.
Justification, when we heard it, we were just like, this is the one. Like you know what I mean. As soon as I spat the verse, I was like, Lou, I need you to come in with something. And then it was just magic that night. We made it in his house, like in a little bedroom, and like in the spare
What?
bedroom, like
Yes.
before like we had the studio set up and everything. It's just it throws me back, like
What? Okay, throwback memories.
exactly, yeah, it's good times.
That's amazing. Now, so if you could change anything about the industry, what would that be?
Ooh, that's a good one. There's a lot I want to change.
Uh-oh.
But we'll start
You're like-
with one. I think just. Just like the record labels, like how it's all set up, like, you know what I mean? Because I think people really think that you need a record label, like, and you really don't, like, or even like this big studio console,
Right.
you don't need this now. Like, everything is all done digitally. Like, you just need a laptop and a mic. Like, obviously, like, it's more about the sound treating and like the speakers. That's like the monitors. Those are the biggest things that you want to invest in if you're asking me for advice.
Exactly.
But I find. Sorry, do you mind going back to what was I lost track there?
Yeah.
The question
No,
was-
about the what would you change about the industry?
Okay, so yeah, I would change just that you don't need a record label. Like you can do all this yourself. You can push yourself social media wise. You can distribute your music. Like you can do this independently. They just have you seen like, oh, like you need to be signed to a label to
Right.
like get exposure, get on the radio. Like no, you can do these things. You just need to build those relationships. You need to invest in yourself. And yeah. So that's one thing I would change. Just like more independent.
Oh, there
we
we
need
go.
to preach that. Like, rest in peace Nipsey and like everyone that
shit.
is preaching independence. Like even Kanye right now, like you
Right?
see him with this 10-year contract and like I respect what he's been saying, but at the same time he's been a victim of this and like you're coming out now like when it's best for you, but like you've been letting this go on, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's nice that people are letting us behind the curtains and we're seeing a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So new artists can figure out their own lane and carve it out. Like look at
Yeah.
Lil Nas X. Like
Exactly.
it's
yeah.
crazy.
It's a good. That's a really good inspiration.
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually just saw a great thing. I don't know if it was on Instagram or anyways, but they were talking about how he did it, and he did a lot of Instagram or SoundCloud uploads, and he was doing some
Memes and stuff. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
a Nicki Minaj fan account too. I heard
Yeah.
that. I was like, wow, that's insane.
I know he was going in. So and he's a youngster too. So he had some
so it's
innovative
just,
ideas.
Exactly, and I think we talked about him like
Oh, shit.
Old Town Road, like
Oh,
just
right.
blew up when we came on Urban Renewal. So
totally.
like yeah,
Wow.
just seeing that growth, like it's cool.
So cool. Oh my gosh. So how do you feel about performing free shows? Like have you I don't know how long you've been performing on stage?
I've never
Okay.
performed yet. I still have
Okay.
to do my first performance, so I'm definitely like I wouldn't mind doing a free
Oh,
show
shit.
at all just to get like exposure. Hell
Right
yeah,
now,
so
okay.
definitely, but. Obviously, we don't do. There's a price. Come on,
Yeah,
bag's going
you gotta
up,
pay.
come
Yeah,
on.
you gotta
we're-
pay.
Yeah, but honestly, it depends.
Mm.
Like for exposure, like since I'm still in the starting phases, I wouldn't mind doing a show free or there. But I have stages like the
Exactly.
practice,
Live
like you know, what I mean?
streams or whatever,
Live stream
right?
is one thing we've been thinking to since
Ah,
like concert halls and everything is
sweet.
closed. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what's your favorite part about writing a new song?
Ooh. Just the feeling once you finished a verse, like
Okay.
even like when the song may not be done, just like once it's out and you're listening back to it, you're like, oh my god, like I made this, like
Right?
it's crazy. Who's this on the mic? Like that's not
Wait a
me.
minute.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just
Okay,
like
that's the favorite.
yeah,
All right.
it's just a nice feeling.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so, whew. Tell us a little bit more about the team, because like, you know, it's not you 100%. Like you haven't mentioned 401 Dynasty. Tell us more about the backstory and why it's called 401 Dynasty. And
Yeah, so 401 Dynasty, that's that's a record label started by Lou Kings and Dior.
Oh, okay.
And it's been I'm not officially assigned to 401, so
Okay.
I know that's a big thing everyone's always been asking me.
Okay.
So I am independent, so me and them, we just kind of link together to be a
Oh,
little
to
like
make certain-
joint collective kind of thing, and those are the homies. Yeah, so 401 has just been instrumental in helping me out just as an artist, so like, you know what I mean, like developing myself and just like Lou and Dior are just my brothers, like before music and everything. So like they always gave me a space to work. You know, even like when I didn't have a place to like sleep, they gave me a sleep on the couch, like you know what I
word.
mean, stuff like that. So yeah, they've always given me a space and provided for me.
the family. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
exactly. It's
There
more
we
of a
go.
family. I don't look at it as business. Like you know
Okay.
what I mean? Like those are my brothers. Like it's more family.
Amazing.
Like yeah, me like I grew up with like my mom, my sisters, my grandma. So like
Wow.
I never had brothers growing up. So like you know what
Oh,
I mean?
it's a change.
They're like my brothers, like literally. And
Wow.
Just my
Then
adopted brothers.
There
too.
you go. Well,
Yeah,
still, like,
exactly.
they take care of you at like a brother. So that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So like again, like I want to just that's why I want to preach that independent thing.
Mm.
Like I'm inspired by Lou too, just like seeing them work. Like they're from Edmonton as well. Like I was born in Edmonton, so just
nice.
all the similarities we
Wow.
had coming up too is just like, you know, they showed me how to get it and like how to invest in myself and how to put
Nice.
myself on my feet. And
Okay.
I'll always be grateful for them. for that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
And way more collaborations. Like, don't worry.
Oh, they're coming.
Yeah. The music
exciting.
doesn't stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So it is COVID-19. We've been talking about this a little bit. I just wanted to find out what your COVID-19 routine is like. Do you have anything that? Because I know some people are really getting into it. And,
Like cleaning, or do you mean just like a life routine?
yeah, the life routine
Okay,
now. Now that,
it's not too much. Like
Oh,
obviously
okay.
on my days off, like I try not to go out anymore. Like
Oh, okay.
the restaurant things we've kind of
Oh,
stopped,
right.
and like it's
Oh,
more
geez.
Uber Eats and like skip
Yeah.
the dishes a lot more now, and it's
feel that.
just a lot more Netflixing and just like chilling, like more like again like inside dates and like maybe like I'll go for like a walk with like in the park and stuff like with my
Okay.
shorty and like you
Yeah.
know look at some scenery and but like a lot of the spots like we like to go like movies and stuff you can't
Yeah.
go or like you know what I mean, or the more intimate places. Yeah, but it's just
Okay.
it's been more like nature stuff. Like I've just been like
Exactly. Getting
enjoying
outside.
exactly, but like outside but away from people. Like you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
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 How have you been feeling about like, you know, the numbers going up and all the,
COVID,
the weirdness that you're hearing?
It's
Is it
scary. Just
But-
it's a little bit, but it's just because it's like, oh man, like you think it's second wave, right? So you're like, oh man, like the first wave was bad. Like
Yeah,
now another
now-
one, like
Another one?
exactly. Shout out Calvin.
Yeah. Get him.
Man, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, wash your hands,
Yes,
sanitize,
for
like have your
real.
mask on and you'll be good. Like, you know, I think people, it's
safe,
more scare tactics, right? They just want to scare it into us, but
Right. Yeah.
we'll be fine.
Yeah,
again.
totally. Oh my gosh. Now, so which producers would you like to work with? Do you have any, like, have you thought of any collaborations with producers?
I want to work with like, my dream is like 40.
Oh.
Like, actually, like, my mentor, one of my first teachers at Nimbus, his
Okay.
name is Roger Swan. Shout out to GOAT, Roger
There we
Swan.
go.
He used to tell the story about how he worked with 40, Drake's producer, and
Nice.
like, he used to teach out in Toronto, and 40 has MS, multiple sclerosis, so
Okay.
like he would sneak out of
shit.
class to like smoke weed, right? And
To
it's
help
used
him, yeah.
exactly. So my teacher was like, "Yo, I used to bum weed off 40
Oh,
back in
word?
the day."
Oh, my
I was like,
God.
"Oh man, that's crazy!"
that's
And
a
now
dope
he's working with one of the biggest artists in the game, and he's
Mm-hmm.
defined the genre of music like so much. So 40 would definitely be, and of
Okay.
course the GOAT, Metro Boomin.
Oh, shit. There we go.
Metro, like again,
Yeah.
so that way it's like an R&B and like hip hop. Like you know, I love
Yes.
meshing those two together. So like that'd be my dream collab.
Yeah. Full circle again. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, so what's your ultimate dream right now? Do you have, is that
music like
yeah,
collaborations
yeah.
or
well,
just,
like ultimate dream, like everything. Ultimate.
Well, I mean, it's just like just building like
Okay.
a dynasty, like
Oh, shit.
401,
Empire.
shout out,
Yeah, whoa,
401
okay.
dynasty. Just like you know what I mean, like I was supposed to be the first like kid in my family to go to university and graduate.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I kind of fucked that up.
Oh,
so you know what I
okay.
mean? I gotta work on something else now.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it's about just building that generational wealth, and just for my sisters coming as the older brother, I got people behind me. You know,
Okay.
I gotta support my mom. Like, you know, she's done so. I have a single mother, so she's supported for us so long. You know, just I want to make a record label eventually of my
shit.
own.
There
You know,
go.
I feel like R&B in the city is really not spoken as much as hip hop is, like,
Yeah.
and the other genres. But you know, so definitely get more into the R&B side, because we've got a lot of talented people out here, just
Exactly.
not getting the exposure that they need.
Yeah, there has to be. Yeah, we definitely have to work on that outlet.
Yeah.
It's very important. I feel you. Oh my gosh.
I've been getting more into like thinking about the acting scene too.
Okay.
Since just Vancouver, we're
Oh,
really big right
dope.
now. Just but COVID's been like shutting down
Yep.
sets.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something I want to look into the future
a
as
big
well.
deal just got brokered like with Netflix or some shit like
Ooh.
recently. So Netflix is moving into
Yeah,
Vancouver right now, like big
yeah,
time.
big time.
So-
yeah, even like
yeah.
there was a representative from Dolby Atmos
Oh,
or whatever.
shit,
They were
okay.
coming to check out Nimbus and stuff, and like
Whoa.
because we have like a 7.1 mixing studio at the
Sick.
other campus that you've been
Okay.
to.
Oh, yeah.
So they're coming to check
Sick.
that out as well, because like now
Whoa.
they want for every
Shit.
Netflix production that it has to be in surround sound,
Yes.
like or like it won't.
Yeah, it's not gonna fly, right?
It's insane. Yeah,
Nobody wants to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Whoa, no, that's so important. Oh my gosh. Do you have 3 words that summarize your day right now?
My day. Nervous.
Oh,
Sometimes great.
okay, okay, yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
creating. All right,
Yeah.
those 2.
Those
Nervous?
nervous, sometimes great.
Sometimes. Oh, sometimes.
it's-
Okay,
it's,
okay.
It's a joint word.
Oh,
but
okay, okay. I was like, sometimes is that even or
nervous? Occasionally,
occasionally?
Great.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just
I'll feel
because
that.
I'm someone that I have anxiety, so just like you know what I
Oh,
mean.
feel
Just
that.
my head will always be like, oh, this is gonna go the worst. Like
Ooh,
absolutely. Like in your
yes.
even like
Yeah.
simple things like this. Like we've sat down and talked so many times, and in my head I'm just like, oh no, what if Ray forgets a camera?
Oh,
what if one of
shit.
the lights stop
I
working?
know, right?
Like,
They just
you know
fall
what
on
I
our
mean?
heads.
What if my contact lens decides to like pop out of my
no.
eyeball? Like
Whoa,
you know what
whoa,
I mean?
whoa.
Just like the worst thoughts. So it's just always like talking myself out of that. So that something like that.
Oh my god. That brings me to the well, I don't know if it's the final song, but Down, the freestyle on your album. Please tell us about like how this freestyle came out.
It was just again the beat was playing for me, and then I really wanted to, like I said, freestyle. Like this is what I said. Dior had been inspiring me just to get on the mic, and like I had just met my girlfriend at the time too, so this one was a little
brand
bit
new.
about her at the time. So you know what I mean. So I was just like in a mood, and I was just kind of talking. So that's where the concept came. Are you down? Are you down? And then yeah, it was just a freestyle. I wanted to see what I could come up with on the beat, and like that's all one take. Like I literally recorded that once, and just it was done.
Sick.
And yeah.
That's sick. That's sick. Oh my gosh. Okay, and now that takes me to my next question. How important is your message right now? Because you're talking about love.
Yeah,
and like,
so important.
yeah.
I think like even myself, like I found a relationship in the pandemic.
Oh,
You know what I
nice.
mean? And like everyone always jokes about that, but I think I was like, it's the most important thing we need right now is love. Like
Exactly,
it doesn't have to be a relationship. Just love your friends, love your parents,
Your
like your
neighbors,
family,
everything, right?
everyone. Like we have so much hate in this world, negativity going on.
yeah.
Just like. It's cliche as fuck, but like you know what I mean. Just
Everybody
love
needs
each
love.
other. Like it won't hurt you. Like it'll probably make you feel better.
Exactly. Well, tell us what you love about the Vancouver scene right now. Like, even though it's underground a little bit, but like,
I love that there's just so many different types
Oh,
of people. Like,
okay.
you know what I mean? Like, I always find someone like I saw your interview with Tion Gibbs like a
shit.
few weeks ago, and
Nice,
just
thank
like someone like Tion or like even Shabazz, like
Oh,
I've worked
yeah,
with
he's doing
before
good thing,
too.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Just like you find different styles with Luke Kings or myself. Like, just it's inspiring to see like every pocket of Vancouver, like what there is.
Yeah,
It
like-
only sucks that it just feels very disconnected and very
Exactly.
cliquey. You know how Vancouver
Exactly.
is. Like, oh,
It's
I'm sorry, I'm
so
already
much.
associated with these people. I can't
Yeah.
add to my friend group. Like, you know what I
We
mean?
only work with the same-
exactly.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, I get you. And so
Oh.
like that would be the one thing.
Oh, okay. No, well, okay.
Yeah,
So that I guess you kind of answered almost
sh-
my next question.
Yeah.
Now, if you could collaborate with any Canadian artist, who would that be?
Ooh, definitely the weekend.
Oh,
the Weeknd.
shit.
Or even Drake. Like,
Oh, shit.
both of
Okay.
those two,
Wow.
Definitely,
All
definitely
right.
Toronto. Like, yeah, I want to definitely
ooh.
get like the West Coast we need a big presence here, but Toronto's like our sister city, like
right.
so
They're
it's
doing
like,
it big for us.
Exactly. So it'd be inspirational just to get some work down there, and I love the sound that they have, just that like midnight driving through the street sound. Yeah,
it's so beautiful, and oh my god, the visuals coming out of Toronto right now is crazy. It's
just
like,
so many artists out there too. Yeah, like it's inspiring. I'm just like, I don't know who your name is now, but I gotta check out your whole roster now. Like, oh man, like this is insane.
Follow up. Oh my gosh. So what are some of your passions right now? Like, what are you passionate about?
Well, I mean, romance.
Okay.
We talked about that.
Shit.
Yeah, love. Like, I mean, that's where the album comes from. Let's see. Music has been one. Yeah, just again an outlet. Just I've been listening a lot more to music. I've noticed that my style of listening to music has changed too. Like before, I'd just like playlist a song and just go through playlists, but now like as an artist and making my own album, I'm starting to listen. I'll pick an album and I'll listen to it from top to bottom the whole day, like you know what I mean.
All day. Okay,
so
wow.
That way it gives me something like, you know, on the drive I'll listen to 3 songs, and on the way back another couple, and it helps me understand like where an artist is, get to know them better, and just like, oh, okay, this is how the artist wanted me to hear this, so let me hear it from their perspective. So yeah, I noticed like changes, and now I'm like more picky about stuff in the background, like what was he breathing in the background? Like, what is that? Yeah, because like, I'm always exactly. I'm like always like making sure. Oh, they can't hear me. Like, but now I'm like so picky when it comes to that. That's one thing I wish I could take out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, you know what? Let's take a break.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We
got it. Now, so one mistake that you made on your journey, and how have you learned from it?
Oof, one mistake. I mean, there's more than one.
There's
more than one.
like,
make mistakes every day. Yeah.
Okay.
I've lost a hard drive before. That's a big one. You know,
worst.
Yeah, just like being very.
I'm dealing with that right now, actually.
Yeah, misplacing stuff. Just being more aware. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, especially like when you're going to different places and stuff. Like, you have to keep track of your things. Otherwise, you know, like your life's work, you can lose it all. Like I've lost. Luckily, I had backups and I didn't lose too much. But like. Yeah.
Holy wow!
Just managing my stuff a bit better.
Okay.
Excuse me. That's the one problem I have sometimes. It's like when you're recording and like you want to get in the zone, right? So you're trying to lose focus of like who's in the room and like what's around you. I'm trying to get into the song, but for me to do that, then I have to let go of everything in the real world. Like I have to stop my multi-managing and then once I let go of that, then it's like things tend to slip up, and then like you lose a hard drive or like, you know, audio gets missing, like so it's like it's very hard, like so that's why definitely we're gonna get a guy for that. We're gonna get an audio guy, like you know, if you're looking for a job, let's get to work.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah, just like that's what happens when you're doing everything on your own, right? It's like so much in my head. It's like
what? Oh my gosh. So you mentioned your mom like a lot. Now, is she one of your biggest influences?
Oh yeah,
like,
shout out Manjeet, man.
Hey,
Mom, love
shout
you.
out the fam.
We love you. Yeah, and she's just she's raised me like. My parents were divorced from a really young age, so like I've just been with her for a long time. And then eventually she gave birth to my sisters. I have two twin sisters. Shout out to Prabjot, Ravjot. I love y'all.
Wow.
Yeah, so like just all female family. So like I was just raised around these beautiful girls, and just my mom has always been a loving mother, but at the same time she was that father figure for me too. So she set me straight, and you know she's the reason why I do what I do, man.
Please tell us how you got the 22G.
22G, like it was a nickname I just had since high school. So like it literally started as like I was texting somebody and I just said, hey, thanks 22G. And like I was coming from an Indian school, right? So I knew all the Indian slang and everything. So I went to normal high school after that. So all the brown kids like 22G, what the hell is this guy talking about? So then I did the same thing where I explained to you. So it's by G, you take so the number 22 in Punjabi it's pronounced Bai, and then you take the English letter G, and then in Punjabi Baiji that means brother or like uncle or like friend, like it's
nice.
You know what I mean? So then so everyone, I explained that, and then it just stuck. Everyone's like, okay, you're Baiji, so that's you, right? And I was just like, I guess you're right. Yeah, that is me. So and then since then it's since high school, like the 12, 13, I've had that, and it just stuck. Like everyone calls me 22, even like Lou or Dior. We don't even use each other's real names, right? Like it's always 22. It's Lou, it's Dior. So it's always exactly. You know what I mean?
Keep it.
Yes.
Tell us about how you come up with some of your hooks.
Oof. I like them to be catchy, you know, and it's just something like you can't overthink it too much. Like it has to be something that's simple, repetitive, but not too repetitive. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's a very delicate balance you want to make, but
Exactly.
something that I usually start my songs with my hooks or my verses with my hook, and then go back into that. So yeah,
okay.
just something that's memorable, but not too in your face.
Ooh, okay. Oh, so you talked about being a young child and like learning in class. So what were you guys writing? Like, why did you have pen and paper at that time in class? Do you think
it was probably just like math class or
random-
something like at that time. Even though it was an
Bring it back.
Indian private school, like it was
Okay.
still a normal
Math
school.
class,
We still
okay.
did everything. It was
No, I
just
feel
on
that.
top of like everything. There was also a Punjabi class, so like
Okay.
I was learning Punjabi,
Wow.
reading and writing. And then there was like a instrument music class, but instead of like
Amazing.
guitars or piano, we were playing like Indian instruments.
Amazing.
So like a tabla or like a vaja,
Oh.
like that's what we call it.
Hmm.
And then we also had a mandatory like temple time, so like a church where you had to go every day and sit in the church or the
Right.
temple we call it for an hour. So that was also mandatory. So it was just like more like religious focused and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
Have you thought of sampling some of the Indian instruments?
Oh, big time! Yeah,
Okay.
I know. That's I think one thing I forgot to touch on is
Ah.
I want to work on with like a lot of Indian artists, and especially
Oh.
me, just being in the hip hop side.
Exactly.
Like even we're speaking with Zetrix. Like I did my
Yes.
first song in Punjabi with Zetrix. Yeah, like so I was
Whoa.
Zetrix. I'm looking. You still have that verse.
There we
I need
go.
it.
I love it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So branching out, even doing
Ah.
songs in Punjabi, just like it's. I love being in not being able to put me in a box.
Right.
Like, okay, Parm,
Yeah.
he raps and he sings. What else? But no, I engineer, like I mix and mastered Hopeless Romantic, all of it myself. Now I want to look into Punjabi rapping. Like, I don't want to be put in that box. I just want to be a creative and I want to create.
Oh man, that's so smart too. They like bring in some of the
And
ethnic
it's a way
background.
it's a way to tap in with my people too,
Right.
and show them like, hey, I'm not trying to leave y'all behind.
Exactly.
Like I'm bringing y'all with me. We breaking the door down here. Like, you know what I mean?
That's so good.
Yeah, it's not something you should be ashamed of. You should be proud of your culture and who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess so you've been premiering music videos. Oh, did I don't know if Justification got a music video.
No, I haven't done
Okay.
any videos
Oh,
for that
okay.
yet. We're planning though with Hope. We were waiting for the
Okay.
album to drop, and
Okay.
I really wanted people to listen
awesome.
to the songs first, just because I wanted them to sit with it, and
Mm.
that way I want to see what people like. But I have been My Way is in the works. We're gonna definitely do a video for My Way.
Okay.
And then maybe even Justification. That's like a good one. Lou's been talking about that.
Fire.
It's just me. I'm very picky with visuals, and it's like again,
Mm.
like even this is my first on-camera interview. You know what I mean? So it's like I want everything to come at the timing. Like timing is everything. Like perfect timing, and I want it to be done right. Like
There we
the
go.
production, the quality. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I
Stay
noticed.
tuned.
Yeah.
Soon-
Get it
soon on that,
right.
yes.
Oh my God. I see that you have lots of Vancouver connections. Like, what do you think is your most solid connection, other than Lou Kings and Dior? And I guess Nimbus too.
Yeah.
Would you say that you have solid connections in Vancouver?
Yeah, I've got.
Or, sorry.
I've made a couple of friends out here
Oh,
for sure.
tight,
Like,
okay.
just a lot is through Nimbus. So shout out to all my
Oh, there
Nimbus
you go.
peeps from '98 to Ricky. Like, there's a bunch of them out there.
Mm.
My biggest connect. That's a tough one, honestly. I would say you. Honestly.
Oh, shit.
Honestly,
Okay,
I'm gonna
yay,
say- I'm gonna say-
shout-outs.
We're gonna say DJ Denise just because like
Getting it.
I was musically, I have more than enough like influences
Mm.
and like role models to look out. But it's one thing is like just being on camera, being on mic and stuff like that. I watched your show. Like,
Okay.
you were my first radio
Wow.
interview, right? So like just coming up and like you treated us so well and so
Mm-hmm.
nicely, and I was just like, wow, like I love what Denise is doing here. Like I
Nice.
want to be a part of this and I want to support any way I can. So Denise,
Ooh,
yeah, I'm gonna give that to
big
you.
up my chest now.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, is it album art that where you have the list of the songs from
Track
the
list.
track list?
Track
Oh yeah.
list, yes,
what
yes.
would just curious about the inspiration behind that photo shoot?
Oh yeah, it was at Queen Elizabeth Park.
Okay.
So yeah, in local
Nice.
Vancouver. The original idea was to go. Have you been to Queen Elizabeth
Yes,
before?
yes.
So I wanted that little city view of
Oh,
the album. It's a little
fire.
cliche again, but
Okay.
I thought that's gonna
Dance
look
city.
cinematic. It's gonna look cool. But then
Yeah.
these fires happened and
Whoa.
like the smoke and everything. So like we end up going there because I still had the shoot planned.
Nice.
And I didn't want it to go to waste. And obviously we have an album to drop, right? Can't just cancel that. So I was like, all right, well, go check it out. And it was very cloudy and moody, but I was like, you know what, we can make this work. Like we like moody, like it fits with my vibe, and like I'll just stand here brooding, looking,
Yeah,
I'll
looking
just-
good.
yeah, then I'll
Get
just
your
do it.
fashion on.
Exactly. So then it came together, and then we looked at the edits and we're like, you know what, we can make this
Amazing.
work. So
Oh
yeah,
my God.
it turned out well. Even
Oh my
again. at the worst times, like, you know, the air quality was horrible,
right?
like, you know, and like it looked like the world was on fire, like, you know what I mean, like, but you still make the most of it, and now it's gonna be a memorable moment. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Holy. Okay, the track list. Beautiful pictures.
Thank you. Yeah.
Great work.
Thank you.
Now, please tell us how we can get a hold of you on social media.
I am 22G_sound on social medias. We're on that should be from everything. So Twitter, TikTok as well. I gotta get on the TikToks a bit more. I've been slacking there. Yeah.
I just opened one too, just to figure it out.
Yeah.
Nice.
YouTube channel. We're coming with that soon, so we'll get this up there. As of this video, we don't have that solidified. And then on Spotify, Apple Music, I am 22G.
Nice.
22G.
Ooh, and then what's next for 22G?
Well, definitely, I want to take a little time just to myself after finally getting this out, but we're still going to be pushing this with radio and playlists. So, like, I'm doing now, it's just the marketing side. Exactly. That's what I've been focusing on. So, I want to take a break from music just because I'm at the point now where it's like, especially like towards the end of Hopeless Romantic, I was feeling like I was starting to get a little repetitive in my flows and melodies, and you don't want that to sink in. So, I want to feel inspired again. Like, it was starting to feel like a 9 to 5, you know what I mean? Like, it was work, like, you know. So I want that, give it a little time for the magic to come in, and then back to work. One thing I really want to work is now, like, now that I got the R&B bug out of my chest, is I feel like it's just a thing I have, but, like, you know, a lot of people look at me like, oh, you rap? I'm like, all right. Like, you know, I don't want to have any more conversations. Like, let's do this. So maybe a bit more rap tape. Like, I want to just go really in on this stuff.
That's amazing.
You know, y'all gotta stop playing with me.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying.
He's coming hard.
Exactly. So definitely, 2020 we're gonna end it with a little bit more, but 2021 is looking nice.
22G, thank you so much for chilling with me.
No, thank
Urban
you so
Renewal
much.
Project. It's another episode in the bag.
Another one, and many more to come. And thank you so much, DJ Denise. Always a pleasure.
So cool to sit with you and like learn about the whole process of Hopeless Romantic. This is the best.
Thank you, and I appreciate how comfortable you make the vibe, and it's just always a pleasure. Again, I just love chilling with you. And shout out to our guy Ray for the camera behind the scenes, man.
Hey, behind the cameras. We are on Urban Renewal Project Radio. You can get us at URP Radio, just like that, on all social media: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. URP all Radio,
Hell yeah.
And if you want to send us an email with some new music, you know, Urban Renewal Project, co-op radio@gmail.com.
And trust me, Denise is going to put you on. She loves listening to new stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be good, though.
Come on. We already knew that.
It's going to be good, though, for real.
That's a wrap. Hopeless Romantic out September 30th on all streaming platforms. Get it now.